Hi, it's Paul from ESPC, and with me today.
Hi, it's Ash from ESPC.
And we're doing our usual outside broadcast, iconic location today with the castle in the background. We're not going to put a value on that today, but we are going to talk about the house price report for the period January to March 2023.
So one of the first things that we always try and cover in the house price report is our average selling prices. So Paul, would you like to talk us through how they're sitting at for the last quarter?
Absolutely, and contrary to maybe what you've read in the press, we have seen a growth in house prices for the quarter. For the average house value for Edinburgh, Lothians, Fife and Borders, it's now sitting at £270,284, which is up 1% year on year.
So that's great. So we've seen a 1% over the last quarter. Another thing that we look at when we are assessing metrics at ESPC and looking at the performance of the market is sales volume, so how much properties are being sold through our solicitor estate agents, and also listings, so how many properties are coming onto the market. Paul, do you want to talk us through that?
Absolutely, and again, it's a similar pattern to what we spoke about last month. We're seeing things rebalancing slightly, the activity levels after 2.5, nearly 3 years of mania in the property market. We're seeing things balance out slightly. Sales were down 13.1%, listings down 2.1%. But again, we're returning to more normalised levels last seen in 2019.
So in terms of choice for buyers in the market, how is that looking?
Yeah, and this is it. I think because things are taking that little bit longer to sell, what we're seeing now is a little bit more choice, and that fuels in some ways the speed of sale. So the speed of sale now sits at 28 days, which again is 1 day slower than it was in 2019. So again, reaffirming that we are back to that 2019 level.
So a little bit more of a normalisation of the market. That's what we're seeing, in comparison to 2019 levels. So that's great news for buyers. So if you're looking to start your property search, more properties coming on.
Yeah, more choice.
How is that sitting for sellers? So we look at percentage over home report achieved in terms of premiums being paid by buyers.
Yeah. So let me start by saying 76.9% of people are achieving a home report value, which is great. And for those that are, the average premium, we're now sitting at 102.8%. And again, to give that some sort of context, in 2019 it was 102.4%. So contrary, as I say, to what maybe the media are saying, we are still seeing a premium being paid, we are still seeing increase in house prices, but certainly at a level that's a lot lower than we've seen in previous years. So if I could summarise what we've seen, I'd say the market is levelling off and rebalancing slightly between a buyer and seller market, which again is perfectly healthy for the marketplace. We're still seeing a modest growth in house prices at 1% for the quarter. There's a more choice out there. Properties are taking a little bit longer to sell, but again, we would just reconfirm we've not really seen a recorrection in the property market. We're not seeing a house price crash. We don't expect to see that. And as I say, really, for more information, you can have a look on ESPC.com, read in more detail the house price report for the quarter. Alternatively, if you think that buying or selling, the best people you can speak to are
our solicitor estate agents. So please do get in touch.
Okay, that's all for us from, as I say, a slightly chilly but iconic bit of Edinburgh.
So chilly.
Thanks for listening. Have a great Easter,
Have a
and we'll
Easter.
see you again next month. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.